So by clicking on this video, I assume that you want to build an aesthetic body. Well, let's get straight into it. Let's not fuck about. First of all, calorie deficit or a calorie surplus, depending on the way that you look, depending on if you're overweight or if you're underweight. You want to be in a 3 to 500 calorie deficit or surplus. Number two, a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Some people say 1.2, 1.3. Don't fucking overcomplicate it. A gram of protein per pound of body weight and you'll be fucking fine. Three, although you might want to gain weight or whatever it may be, do not dirty bulk. Do not eat shit, because yeah, it isn't going to make much difference with your body composition. It isn't going to make the biggest difference, right? But if you eat well, you're going to feel amazing. Your testosterone is going to be higher, and your workouts are going to be better because you're going to have more energy. So this is going to result in a more aesthetic body anyways. And who wants to look good but feel like shit? Next up, you want to be hitting your muscle groups 2 times per week. This is the best for muscle growth, the absolute best for muscle growth. 3 to 5 times weight training per week, that's all you need. But I really recommend to hit your muscle groups twice per week. I recommend a push-pull legs rest, push-pull rest. That's what I typically recommend. That way you're hitting muscle groups twice per week and you're getting roughly 2 rest days in there as well. If you want to grow your legs even more, add in another fucking leg day. It will hinder your recovery a little bit, but you can still get away with it, especially if you're young. If you just want to grow your quads, make sure that there's 2 to 3 days between, I'd say roughly 2 days after your leg day, and say you're on a pull day after that, you can then just incorporate 4 sets of leg extensions at the end of that of that pull session. Another thing is, when you go into the gym, you need to be training hard. So first of all, your first day in that fucking gym, figure out what you need. Figure out the exercises that you need. Then when you use those exercises, figure out the weight that you're struggling on, your best fucking weight that you can do for 8 to 12 reps with good form. You want it to be within 8 to 12 reps. Try not to drop it below that unless you're doing some compound lifts. But either way, if you're doing the compound lifts each week, try and progress it. So with the 8 to 12 reps, you want to be struggling. So you've got 3 sets, right? You're doing an incline dumbbell press. These 3 sets. First set, so your maximum is 8 reps with the incline dumbbell press. First set, of course, do your warm-up sets. Say 4 sets, right? First set's your warm-up set, right? 6.5, 7 reps. And then your second set, 7 reps will do. And then your third set, you want to do 8 reps. So you want to be completely struggling, basically fucking failure. And then on your last set, you want to go till failure, 8 reps or 7 reps, whatever it may be, due to how fatigued you may be at the end of that set. And then do your partial reps, do a fucking drop set if you can, especially if you're on a machine. You can drop the weight very quickly, very easily, very efficient. Or you can wait 10 seconds, push out another rep, and then drop to the floor and do some fucking push-ups. That'll completely kill your chest, break down the muscle fibres the best way that you possibly can, and this will result in better muscle growth. Another thing is as well, when you're doing your incline dumbbell press, so we'll use this as an example, 1 second up, which is called the concentric, and 2 to 2.5 seconds down, which is called your eccentric, and that is the best tempo for building muscle as well. There's a lot of science lifters out there that have very good advice, they do, but some of them really emphasise the eccentric and they want you to do a 4-second eccentric. That is fucking pointless, genuinely. It's not pointless, but it isn't as good as the 2 to 2.5 second on the way down. And some of these science lifters themselves have actually said they just emphasise it so they can kind of showcase it in a particular way to help you get a better mind muscle connection. So by any means, if you don't have a good mind muscle connection, do a nice and slow eccentric and some pre-exhaustion techniques to build that mind muscle connection. Drink enough water, 3 to 4 litres of water a day, buy an electrolyte powder, and minimum 7 hours of sleep. 8 hours of sleep I recommend. I recommend 68,000 IU of vitamin D per day, cod liver oil, creatine, and zinc and magnesium. And that is the secret fucking sauce to build an aesthetic body.